Does the town have, where are we at with does the town own any of the trucks or anything?
The town is 50% owner of the station.
Yeah.
And 50% owner of this building,
Okay,
and 100% owner of the ladder truck.
okay.
So the ladder truck was another TIF district purchase from the county. And I don't know how that worked out, but it was some form of pairing, cause that was still in the volunteer fire department, and that came through the town.
Okay,
And
so 50% of this building and 50% of the station.
And the other 50 is the territory.
as Olive Township.
Are you looking for a recommendation from the territory to,
No, I
tell us
just,
to adopt that?
when she asked, does anybody have anything they wanna add, I just wanted to make you guys all aware this was going on.
Just that we're,
And I don't have, I'm not an expert on this, so I don't know what's going on, and Chad
neither do I.
is quickly becoming one.
Yeah.
So you're gonna send that
I
to the
know-
township then?
I know so much more about stuff I never thought I would know about.
Yeah. Yeah, who knew the fire chief assistant had to know that crap, you know? So you're gonna get
I'm
that
more of an
information to the
attention-
township?
She's
I
in
take
the
it.
basement.
So yes, because Olive Township is our provider.
So she can show me.
Can tell you how.
All of our stuff reports to Olive Township, and then Olive Township reports that value. So like when we were on there the other day, they were making notations because of like when Hudson came into the territory, what assets Hudson has an interest in versus the assets that Hudson doesn't have an interest in because it was prior to the enrollment and things like that. So I think that's where Keith was going, is just so that you know that we're including you guys in the asset.
So when the question comes up, because, you know, I assume that the fire trucks were reported on the Olive Township asset list.
Yes.
Okay, because like.
But they do have a notation.
They have notation.
Of how much?
Cause see, I was thinking that we had the brush truck that was half and half, and we sold it, and you guys got half of your value back out of it by keeping the truck and.
Oh, yeah, that's right, we did make that
So
little negotiation.
How did you know that, you know, so it should have been in the capital assets that was identified,
Yeah.
and should have been processed up front instead of
And it,
after the fact.
and I think it was, and we just didn't know it,
Well,
because
we-
it's in the capital assets now,
Just to read it.
it's removed.
Now it's removed from the
Yeah.
capital assets, so.
I'm just curious, maybe a dumb question, but what about the new boat?
I was thinking that too. Do we not have any percent of the vote?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have a third of
You
it.
have a third of it, yes.
Oh, cool.
Because it was bought with.
Ever since you've been in.
Nothing
Yeah.
from the
As soon as
old-
you entered the fire territory, anything purchased.
And actually,
that's a third.
We paid for it.
I was gonna say, I think Hudson paid 100% of that.
Yeah, we did.
I believe so.
You can have the whole thing then.
I don't think that was.
We don't need a
the
boat.
township.
Yeah, we
That
do.
was-
So is it in our-
Fourth of July.
Go fishing in that thing.
Yeah, I had a meeting with the State Board of Accounts, and that was the one question I asked them. I said, are the fire trucks on the Olive Township capital, because, you know, we need, and they said, yes. So, for whatever that's worth, that's the one fact I'll add to this conversation.
Okay. All right, anything else on capital assets here? We got her beat down?
For me.
All right, where were we at with old business? Ted, do you have anything first of all? Be the main one.
I don't really,
Trying to think of any old business we've got.
I don't know if, I don't remember if Josh brought this up last time or not. Justin has started having Bob come in once a month for Mondays with Middlebrook.
And what is that? Is that a story
He
time?
brought Vanna with last Monday.
It was whose
exactly
was?
what it
Oh,
is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's exactly what it is, Jerry.
It's
It's story time.
Yeah.
And
So
breakfast,
we're
Tales
trying,
of-
biscuits and gravy.
we're trying to connect
Well, where was I
our,
invited
our
into this
new
stuff?
You gotta be invited by Bob.
relatively young
Yeah.
staff.
Damn you.
Yeah.
We're trying to connect our relatively young staff
With
with
Bob?
the history of the fire department.
Oh, okay.
So,
And the town.
yeah, the history of the town and the fire department, because
Mhm.
a lot of these people weren't born when I graduated high school even. But
Yeah,
through
it
the
was
fire
very
A
service.
lot of were students of ours, for one thing there.
Through the fire service, tradition is huge. And when you join a fire department, especially one that's transitioned like ours has from volunteer to career over the last 5 years, it's easy to lose that tradition. And we're trying to keep the tradition alive so that people know the roots of the fire department.
Very good.
I mean, what we have now isn't even gonna look familiar in,
No.
I would guess, 4 to 5 years. And the people that are involved now will remember it. The people that are new
Yeah.
in 5, 6 years need to be able to know what went on here.
Bob,
So
where all
that's-
the pictures go that Carl had, do you know?
The Carl
Myers had next door?
No, no idea.
No idea where those went?
Did the fire marshal job posting go out? Is that
No.
set to close soon?
The marshal posting is out,
20, I think it's the same day as the
is it 28th?
28th ends this month, so we have.
So
Yeah, they-
currently we have 3
Oh, okay.
applicants
So
for
we got
that.
some to
Did
choose
you
from.
say
Good.
whether they're, internal, external?
All 3 are external.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wants it from internally?
Qualifications.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
quite the list of qualifications is the thing. We also have our hiring process out going on right now for firefighters.
A lot of applicants.
Yeah, I would guess we're somewhere around the vicinity of 20
I think
applicants.
we're
Really?
above 20, yeah.
For how many
Very
openings?
How many openings?
Currently one,
Just one, yeah.
but what we did last year and worked out great for us is we created a list to go for the year. So we run everybody through the agility test, we run everybody through the interviews, and then background checks that cost us, we wait until we're ready to move them up. But after the interviews and everything, they're ranked 1 to whatever. And then as we need somebody, we call and, hey, your number's up, are you ready for a job? And it's worked out really well for us last year and saved us a lot in time because we did all this at once. So that's what we're attempting to do again. Thankfully Justin's on board now, I did it last time and Justin gets to take those reins this time.
That's great.
Tip here, don't buy a uniform for them if they're 6'9" or what, we had a police officer, we bought a 6'9" uniform and he never did a day's work for us. We don't know what the hell to do with this uniform of, $500.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you could wear it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So we're also doing, looking at, well, 4 now. So Clay Fire's putting on academy, hopefully in April. I've been on about dates. So we're looking at sponsoring 3 recruits, one of them being, Ben
Oh,
Johnson.
Or Ben.
Ben Johnson, which
Nice.
is Augie's, grandson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who was a volunteer, and so I just reached out to all of them today, so they're coming in Saturday to see if we have gear for them that fits them, and, just trying to stay ahead of the game, so we'll sponsor them,
That kid's as
Clothes.
big as Chad.
yeah,
too.
he's big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said, he's like, I don't know if you have gear that fits me, I was like, nah.
I know that.
I'm sorry,
feeling.
what is this program then for?
So it's a recruit program, so all this is, it's not saying like, hey, you have a job in New Carlisle
It's
Fire.
like high school kids or
Yeah.
something, or?
Just younger
The-
kids.
The general idea of it is we're lacking people in the fire service.
Yeah.
People aren't wanting to be firemen like they used to.
I thought you just said we had 20 applicants.
You do,
Yeah.
but so.
Are they qualified?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so they might not have any certifications,
Ah.
but sending these 4 into an academy just gets them, because the academy is 9 months long.
Oh,
So it just gets them kind of ahead of the game, whether they wanna come back and fly for us, great, hopefully, that's the ultimate goal. But if they just get in the fire service in general, you know, or
So
whatever.
in our area, a lot of what's going on is departments are all stealing from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like.
We're stealing from others,
Yeah.
others are stealing from us.
all right.
So the hope is just to get more volume to the well, if you will, for firefighters, so that maybe that stops. We believe that by us sponsoring them and they're coming and doing skills and stuff with us, that we'll probably be able to capture them. But even if we don't, the academy is free to us. We don't pay anything to be a part of Clay's Academy. All it would cost us is the gear that they're wearing while they go through.
Is that just used extra?
And
gear?
so
Yeah.
if we have it, thing is because that, a full set of gear costs a little over $5,000 for a firefighter. So, what we were just brought it up to, last fall is the leasing of gear. So our gear rep said that they lease or rent gear. So, going through that process, we would be much better off to lease them or rent them the gear to go through academy, cause it's gonna get the most use and abuse during that academy also. And then if they come back to live with us per se, then we buy them
New year.
their own gear. But in the meantime, that brand new gear that we would be buying isn't getting all the abuse of the academy either.
Yeah, well, just remind me never to rent a vehicle to you, Chad. That's the way you treat your leashes. Oh, we're just gonna beat the shit out of this stuff.
What's the cost of the lease for those 9 months? Do we know?
I don't remember
Parker,
what they said.
Alex Parker was our quartermaster.
Yeah, I wanna say he told me it was in the ballpark of $150 a set, $200 a set. something like
Oh, is that all for $5,000?
No, per month.
Oh, per month,
Yeah,
but
but
still.
still.
But they're crawling around.
$1,000?
Knees
It's
out.
not cheap.
Oh, that's the cost,
The-
that's,
the
yeah.
Investment's significantly less than
Yeah,
purchasing.
it is.
Yeah,
That
that's
sounds like a
nice.
good deal.
Yeah.
And it kinda gives us the best pick of the bunch too.